Hello, hello, hello again. We are back doing our thing. This is episode 7 of Controllers and Katanas. I am Martin, aka Marty Cool, here with the legend, Ian, aka Flinders, with a powerful shirt. So, the first topic we're going to discuss is anime. It's episode 6 of Windbreaker, titled Vow to Follow. So, we're going to kick it off and we're going to ask Ian his thoughts immediately. So,
Um,
Ian, over to you.
yeah, man. So we've got Suo. Basically says that the first thing I found funny was he says that his style is hodgepodge because he doesn't actually know, and neither does his master apparently. Yeah, because he doesn't know his style. His master he learned from, obviously that taught Suo, also
Yeah.
taught himself, so he has no idea what it is. So he's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I like it. I like how it starts because like Shishatoran, the crowds are like all murmuring. They're like,
Yeah.
because I've just seen these three fights and they're like flipping out. Yeah, these are a big deal.
Yeah,
These are bad news.
they've literally battered every single one of us, like with ease as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, with absolute ease. So Sakura's starting to get vexed at him because he starts saying that Sakura's petty and a nuisance, doesn't he?
yeah,
He's like fuming at him. But yeah, the guy who lost to Suo, he's dragging his mate away, the one who obviously got smashed to bits in the first round. And he's basically saying, it's like, oh, it's the end. He's done for, basically. He's like, this is it for us. This is it. Because obviously the Shishtoran sort of like community, the way that they run things is if you lose a fight, you are out. That's it. You're done, mate. Like, you're not part of our group anymore. You're banished almost. So,
yeah. Because they like obviously their whole thing is power. So if you haven't got any power and you get beat,
yeah.
you're gone. You're gone. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
Sakura's desperate, absolutely desperate to
yeah,
fight. People keep just butting in, don't they? So second in command, Hiragi, he's stepping up against Sako, I think the guy's name was,
yeah. So
from Shistoran. And Sako is rapid, mate, isn't he? He's proper quick. Like, his strikes are so fast. But
yeah,
obviously they know each other. There's a bit of backstory between them both, isn't there?
yeah. What I'm liking so far in these little fight tournaments. Like we don't know any of the fighting styles. We don't know what
No.
the characters are, and then obviously through these battles, we're getting character building, and
You
we're
you
seeing how
start learning
cool.
more, yeah. You start learning a little bit more about them, about their past. Even with obviously both sides. It's not just the
Mm.
both Fiorin guys. It's the Shistoran guys as well.
I thought this
Um,
episode was a really good like character building episode, and the fighting's really good as well. But yeah,
it's
continue.
very good. Yeah, very good. So Sakura starts giving Hiragi some crap. It could call him Shark Teeth, doesn't he? Oh, Shark Teeth, Shark Teeth. Because obviously the Buffurin lads start getting made fun of, and Suo's like, "Oh, you're really starting to care for your friends now, aren't you?" Like Sakura's like, "Shut up!" Like
Uh,
starts blushing, doesn't he? Like, stop it, no.
yeah, I think because all he wants to do is fighting. All he thinks about, all he lives
Yeah,
for is
yeah.
fighting. And I think over the course of the rest of the season, we're going to see him change slowly. And we can see it obviously caring for his friends now, but at the start of the season when we started watching it, he wasn't like that, was he? So
No. So
it's slowly,
yeah, I
gradually
think it's going
turning.
to get to a point where he's still going to probably enjoy fighting, but he's going to realise that actually it's not all about fighting. There's like more to life than just fighting.
Yeah, that's
So, but yeah, obviously, that Sako guy is giving Hiragi a run for his money. He's really like putting him into his pace, and he sort of get a little bit of backstory between them two because they actually know each other. Um, and essentially, you think Sako's like done him. You think Sako's beat Hiragi, and then he gets really embarrassed that first year. Obviously, Sakura is yelling at him. So like basically get up. He's like, get up, what you doing? Get up. And he's like, oh, it's getting fun now then, it's getting fun. And then obviously he gets up to start fighting again, and there's a few flashbacks between the two of them, as I say. And it's flashbacks to where they're like younger. And obviously Sako really looked up to Hiragi. So Hiragi sort of like Sako was getting bullied when he was younger, and Hiragi essentially steps in and is his hero in a way, isn't he? So he steps in and obviously saves the day almost when the kids.
yeah. I like the bit where obviously Sacco literally like flying kicks, like roundhouse kicks Hirogi in the face, doesn't he? And he flies into like the back curtain of the
Yeah,
stage
yeah.
there.
Into like the
And
side
then
stage.
Yeah, then Sako looks at Umemi and then Umemi's like, do you know what he is? Don't you? One of the four kings of Boforin. He's like the god of war.
Yeah.
And then Hiragi gets up, doesn't he? And tries to smash him, like punches him, doesn't he? Like smashes the floor, doesn't it?
Yeah, like just he's sick, mate. He's so sick. But yeah, obviously then Hiragi trained Sako, and Sako's only goal now is to defeat Hiragi. But Hiragi, he gets like this little bit of a heartwarming moment where he apologises, and then he just gut busts in one.
Finishing move, isn't it?
Yeah,
fatality.
Absolute fatality, mate. He says sorry and then just does him instantly in the stomach, mate.
I like the I do like the flashbacks because it kind of brings a bit more story because obviously Sako's following Hirogi down.
Yeah.
He's like inspired by him, and then next minute Hirogi's like, "Listen, I'm going to go to this place
Bofforin, yeah.
I'm not going to be the top guy. I'm going to
help out. Yeah, I'm going to help out the guy who is number one there.
Who's Yomemiya, and then he goes, go away and do your own, like try and find a goal for yourself. And Sako took this the wrong way, didn't he? This is why he's
he takes it as he's been abandoned and kicked to the curb type thing. When in reality, he's trying to do right by him. Really, he's saying, look, there's more to life than essentially fighting. In a way, he's going to this school that's dedicated to fighting in a sense in Bofior, and he doesn't want him to necessarily follow in his footsteps.
But when obviously he hears this, he's dead frustrated. He goes off, starts battering everybody. You see him in like a room, don't you, with like bodies.
Oh everywhere. Yeah, it's sick, mate. That is.
And then he gets recruited by Tommy Yano and
by the Shishitoran guys.
In it,
yeah, because they don't really know much about him anyway. Because he doesn't up until that point. He said that he's not really spoken much, has he? He's not really had like they thought he was almost like a little bit of a mute, really. Up until obviously this point where he's fighting him, Hiragi and everything. And the Shishitoran guy, the second in command, he goes to take Sako's jacket off him because obviously he lost. And Hiragi stops him and says, you might want to wait until after your 1v1 before you do that. You don't know what might happen. And I thought, that's a sick line, that is. Like, no, it's all right, you taking these off, mate, but you're fighting soon. Like, this could be you. Your jacket could be going, mate, in the next episode.
I like before that as well when is it Tagami or whatever his name is?
Yeah, I think so.
He says like get this guy off the stage. He's done kind of thing, Sako, and then they like quite a bit nervous because they're like obviously know how powerful he is, and then Hiragi picks him up.
Yeah, Hiragi like picks him up.
His mate up, picks him off, doesn't
he? Yeah, like very respectfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously. Essentially goes on then, doesn't he, to say like their organisation won't get stronger with how you're handling things. Yeah. Like when someone loses, banishing them instead of just letting them use that loss to fuel obviously them to get stronger for like future fights and to bet themselves. They're just essentially they're expecting everyone to just be the best instantly. And obviously Hiragi knows that their organisation it isn't sustainable basically on that sort of like on that front. So. Yeah, there's a lot to it rather than just brawling. It's nice. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, like I really did like this episode, even though there's like one fight at the tournament fights, but it's really got a good character building, and obviously the two characters that were in the backstory I quite enjoy now. I thought.
Oh
really great story. Good. Really great story. Really
like even though Sako is essentially like an enemy in a sense, isn't he? I've got interest in that character. I want to see what happens and how he progresses from this, and if he learns and what he takes away, and hopefully we do get to see that. And obviously, episode 7 coming up, it's going to be even more fights. So we're going to get some.
I'm hoping going forward. I'm hoping Saka joins Hiragi.
I know. I'd like that. I'd like him to forgive him.
Around.
They're like sort of because he does seem like a nice guy. To be fair, it's just he's taken obviously what happened the wrong way, and his only goal was to get stronger. That's essentially it, isn't it? Just to beat Hiragi or Hiragi.
I do like that point. The point you mentioned earlier, where he like does the finishing move on him.
Yeah.
Before he does that though, he says like, "I'm sorry for not meeting your expectations."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm really sorry." It's essentially like, look, because obviously he looked up to him as a hero, and he's like, he's almost like apologetic that I've not met the standards that you had for me. He just absolutely obliterates him.
Well, in a way though, like because Hiragi did that, obviously Shaka got stronger, didn't he?
Yeah, of
And
course.
his fighting got better and stuff like, and he can fight against bullies and stuff like, which was the whole thing.
Which is the whole point of it all. That was
Yeah,
literally the entire point of their upbringing, and Harry
yeah,
obviously helped him out. So yeah, I think this is probably one of my favorite episodes so far,
yeah.
in terms of character building, and I think next episode we're going to get a lot more as well. I don't know what's going to happen next episode. Are we going to get one fight again? I kind of want to get both of the fights next episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I really am. I think this is going to be sick. This next one.
Have you got any predictions of what you think is going to happen?
No, I kind of think Sakura's going to lose.
You know what I think? I think Yumemi's going to lose.
Oh, do you?
Can you imagine that all them fights to win, and then he gets battered?
Yeah, and he gets done.
Loses it all. It might happen.
Yeah. Just because I feel like Sakura, he is obviously good at fighting. We've seen him fight, but at the same time, we've not seen him fight anyone this level. I don't think he's ever fought anybody these sort of levels, and I think it would be good for him as a character and him going forward and building his character for him to actually take a serious loss.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'll be devastating to him as a character, but I feel like it would be like that turning point where he's thinking, do you know what? It's not all about fighting, because I think the both Fiorin lads as well, they won't abandon him. They'll be by his side and encouraging him, say, look, it's not everything. You're gonna build from this. You're gonna get stronger, that sort of thing. So, I don't know.
You can't have 5 people fighting and then 5 people always.
The entire team win. It's like, well, that's plot armor, that is, isn't it? Like, you literally, you're the main character, so you're all going to win every single fight.
Yeah,
it's just boring. Someone's got to lose, haven't they?
It's like you put a cheat code on a game and just suddenly just battering everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Very good anime.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Good recommendation by you in the first podcast, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. It was when I was looking at the spring upcoming ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got another one, haven't we? We've got another one we're watching, which you also recommended, which is Kaiju number 8.
Which is, I think this might be my favourite one this season, mate. Out of everything that's come out this season, I honestly think this one's one of the best ones. It's got a perfect balance of action and comedy. Like, it's really funny. Like, the episode literally starts off as classic Kafka, mate, just freaking out. Like, absolutely freaking out straight away, man.
I just love his animations. I think they're amazing. I just laugh at his animations.
Yeah, it's so goofy. It's so goofy, isn't he?
It's like shaking, thinking he like Itchy's like shaving, like what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny, isn't it? So they're all at that entrance, like a ceremony thing, aren't they? And they keep asking Ishikawa where the old man is. That bit made me laugh. Where's the old man? Is he late? Where is he? And obviously he is. I think he is just late at this point. Like, he's just late.
I like that new character. Is it Furuhashi, the guy with the shark teeth?
Yeah.
Pink hair. I think he's.
Yeah, that's it. He's sick, isn't he?
So
I love
funny.
him, Adam, because he keeps calling him the old man, doesn't he? So where's the old man? He loves him, doesn't he?
Well, it's not just him, is it? It's like loads of people from that class, or like where is he?
It's basically all of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made a bit of a name for himself, isn't he?
Yeah, they're like, it's almost, I think that ceremony as well is they figuring out who's passed and who's failed, essentially. So if you don't turn up, you've failed, you've not gone through. So I think in a sense they're thinking, did the old man actually get through? Because I think in a sense from the previous episodes, they're all thinking like, he's helped him out. He helped him out because he knows all the weaknesses and stuff, didn't he? He was going around obviously on his mate's shoulders, and he just knows. He knows the weaknesses, so I think they all have a little bit of respect for him, to be honest, for obviously helping them all out. So I think he's built that sort of bit of respect, even though he's got zero power as far as they're aware. Obviously, we know he's the strongest kaiju like to ever live, but obviously he doesn't give that away.
And obviously Shinomiya is obviously the top of the class, because obviously on the last episode she's doing all these flips and killing all the kaiju. So she has this honor of
Kikuro. She's sick, isn't she?
Shinomiya is the name for it, but she has this honor of like doing a speech at this induction ceremony. Obviously when Hashiro arrives. I've lost it in my notes now.
Oh yeah, where she's like, she kind of in her head, she's like thinking like, this really needs to be aimed at him because he finished that car. He
Yeah.
saved everyone essentially, but only she knows that. Obviously, his mate knows that as well, but she's like, I really need to aim this at him. And it's just late, and he just rolls up, doesn't he? And obviously, they
I
think
love that bit.
they're like, oh, they failed him. They failed him. But obviously, the Dracula dude, mate, he's recognised. He knew their weaknesses, and obviously that it was a good teammate. And this is obviously that this time he's sort of thinking, and he's like put him on as a cadet for his team.
After that, you know, when it kind of does like a flashback, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Because everyone thinks Kafka's failed, but the others, it's like this meeting, isn't there? Shiro and the other higher ups.
Yeah, that's
including our vampire mate,
Dracula, legend. Ashina.
Oh, in this part, I really liked Ashina. I thought it was like a great character. What he did is obviously like, oh yeah, he knew the enemy's weaknesses in the test.
Yeah.
He was more concerned about saving the other people rather than his kill count. And he's funny as hell. I was like,
yeah, I just think it's hilarious.
I just love him. Yeah.
But so I forgot her name, but his old mate, he calls her by her first name, doesn't he? And then she's
Mina, isn't it?
Mina, yeah, that's it, Mina. Yeah. Calls her by her first name, and she almost is like a little bit embarrassed, almost, didn't she? Because obviously she recognises that obviously she knows him. They've known each other forever, and she almost like it looks like she's about to blush, almost thinking, "Oh no, like what do we do?" And then she like realises who she is, and then she's like, "Right, 100 push-ups," and then obviously Ashina just laughing his head off.
Yeah,
obviously you get that bit then, don't you, where he's like, it's like the internal monologue of Ashina, and obviously he's actually quite suspicious of Kafka, isn't he? He thinks he's obviously trying to keep a close eye on him, it turns out, really. And yeah, he's obviously wants to make sure that he is kosher and something's happening, because it doesn't make sense why that kaiju power appeared, and it was only pretty much him that was unaccounted for. So it's like...
his vitals weren't showing as well.
No, he cut out, didn't it? His vitals cut out at the same time as that happened.
And obviously you saw the smile from Ashira when she left. When she left the thing, she had a little smile on her face because obviously Kafka called her by a name.
Yeah.
It kind of brought these memories back of it.
Yeah, that's it. So she put her in a little bit of a good mood. But then he got 100 push-ups for it anyway.
Yeah, so Ashina's took on Kafka as a cadet, hasn't he? So he's not an officer.
No, he's not an officer. He's like bottom of the food chain still, even there. Yeah. So like, but he's the furthest he's ever got, and he can hopefully prove himself. So we'll see what happens on that front. But obviously, she's got loads of questions for him, hasn't she? Obviously, she knows he's a kaiju, and obviously rightfully so as well. She starts telling him that they'll chop him up and make special weapons from his body parts, and he freaks out again. She's like, you can't tell anyone. They're going to chop you up and they're going to turn your body into like special weapons, mate.
I like that bit where he's doing the push-ups, and then Shinomiya like comes over. It's like, I need to speak to you.
Yeah.
And that Furuhashi guy's like, are you going to confess your love for him?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And then it goes, is this something that happens like behind the gym or whatever after school? That's what Kafka says, and he gets booted in the face. Isn't it? So funny.
It's so proper sick. You got his mate Ichikawa. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's obviously training. He's getting actually pretty sick, isn't he now? He's doing well, and they're obviously doing these like time trials where there's loads of targets, and they've got to hit the targets and get faster and faster times. And obviously Kikaru, I forgot her other name, she just batters them all away in the test. Kafka takes about 3 times longer than everyone else, but he's absolutely buzzing because he goes from 0% to 1%, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're chasing the Shinomiya, isn't he? Like,
yeah.
Come and celebrate with me. Come and celebrate with me. He's like, what are you doing? I've got like 55% and you've got like 1%. Yeah.
You literally got 1%, bro. But you literally say to him, like, look, mate, you've got to get this up, or we will have to like abandon you, basically.
Yeah. But then it flips to a scene where they're all in the sauna, aren't they? And they're all talking about how what inspired him to be these defense officers, and obviously that Furuhashi, he has a flashback to when he was on his motorcycle, and a kaiju was chasing him, and then Hashiro, what's her name? Is it Hashiro? Isn't it Hashiro? She comes in and like saves him, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And then it turns out all the people in the bath are all like same inspired by her because like she inspired many people apparently. So.
Yeah, and obviously when they all find out he knows he's like friends with her and stuff, keep asking loads of questions. But there's one scene in the bathhouse that proper made me laugh, where it's like Kafka's like, get the hold of a body of a working adult, and he looks shredded. He's like
Yeah,
sucked all his like tensing up and everything. And then everyone's just like, whoa, what the hell? And then he like breathes out and his just belly just pops out and everyone just starts laughing at him.
That's like where you get spare time from and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So obviously at that point, he
I don't know the
knows.
guy's name. The other guy's name who comes in.
Oh, the big massive dude.
Yeah, I've not really introduced to him yet, have we?
No,
Really?
not really.
Mm.
It's Ishino, isn't it? That's the captain. Sorry.
Yeah, she.
Yeah. So obviously that's when he tells them he knows Captain Ishino, and from when they were kids and everything, they get like a classic workout montage, Rocky Balboa style, don't we? Near the end, but obviously they're all like asking about stories about her, and
Yeah.
they
Bit
find
jealous,
out.
aren't they?
Yeah, they find out. Obviously,
Yeah.
Dracula's like, you do realize we know what you're saying because we can hear everything that's said in this building. Like he's like, oh, it's like dead embarrassed, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the little cool cutscene before that where you see him like working hard, intense training, they're learning tactics.
Yeah,
They
that's
meet
right.
the white tiger, don't they?
Yeah, that White
Which
Tiger's
is cool.
sick, mate.
And but Kafka, obviously, because he's at a lower level, he's trying to work twice as hard. So he's staying up at night, and
Yeah,
then
he's
he's
like
just like,
studying.
oh,
He's like in the
yeah,
library and everything, like looking at tactics and everything like that. So
yeah.
you can see that he is trying.
And then the alarm goes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, right at the end, then
And,
it ends basically with the Kaiju alarm going off, and that's it. Then it cuts, doesn't it?
yeah,
So yeah, there's a lot of bonds being made, a lot of healthy competition in this episode, a lot of character building again in this episode. Obviously, he's making a lot of friends. He's making a lasting impression on a lot of people. But like we know, people are a little bit suspicious of him. Ashino knows, obviously, she's recognising him again now. So yeah, I'm just hoping he gets stronger, or he finds a way to use it to get stronger, and he doesn't get caught or whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to where this goes. I'm very very much enjoying this anime.
yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to every episode every week. So it's just so funny,
It's hilarious.
so interesting as well.
It's hilarious, man. I've absolutely enjoyed every second of it. I have. We're both watching
Yeah, it's good.
Konosuba as well. We're not really going to discuss that. Apart from that, it's just absolutely hilarious and dead pervy as well at the same time in some parts. Like some of the female characters in that are just like it's so funny. Like it's really funny.
Got their arse out on the most.
Yeah, that's it. We're both. I think you finished season 1, aren't you? I'm nearly on season 1. What we're going to try and do, we're trying to get up to date with it, and then we can discuss the new episodes that are coming out weekly. Then, obviously, for season 3, I think there's 5 or 6 episodes out for that now.
Yeah,
So, come not next week, the week after, we'll probably have a bit of a discussion about that. So, yeah, it's another thing to look forward to. Now, let's shall we move on to one of the sickest TV shows ever made?
Shogun.
Yeah, Shogun, mate. Fallout.
Breaking Bad.
We've finished finally finished Fallout.
What a show that is.
Mate, what a show!
And these last two
Absolutely
episodes,
amazing.
these last two episodes got so much information, so we need to get this right.
Oh, it's too much, mate. I'm just scrolling down now. I've got like 5
I've
pages of like notes, mate, or something ridiculous. We'll just kick it off. Do you want to kick it off at episode 7?
Yeah, so the episode starts with some lead farmers, scavengers, hard at work. They return home to find the ghoul sitting at their table having a meal, which is nice of him. The father shouts his daughter's name, Sandra. Obviously, she don't respond, so he gets a bit panicky. And then she approaches out of nowhere and gives the ghoul some food. And then the ghoul's like, "Wait, you thought I'd eaten? Like, you thought I'd eaten Sandra?" And he starts laughing, doesn't it? So the ghoul's there because he needs some information from. So it turns out the father's 2 sons, were involved with Moldova. The oldest son, Rufus, paid the youngest son, Tommy, a stash of caps to pay for a courier for the safe transport of the defector to Moldova. And then we get a bit more information, and then the father goes, tell the Gaul where Moldova is, and we find that she's at the observatory. And then we find out that Rufus, the older son, is dead. And then the Gaul's about to leave, and then the oldest son tries to kill him to revenge his brother, and end up getting blasted.
Gets popped, mate. Pops Tommy clean.
Boom, boom, boom. Dead.
Snitches get stitches, bro. Do you know what I mean? Also,
he's never going to win that fight, was he?
Yeah. Also, the masks that they're wearing, the metal detecting masks. They proper remind me of like an unpainted Ant-Man mask. Like they're bad. I don't know why they proper look like that sort of shape as the Ant-Man mask.
Yeah, it reminded me of Metro, the game.
Yeah.
I've not played it myself, but it just reminded me of like that the front cover.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly which one you mean. But obviously, you get the Moldova flashback. Where she's like talking to Coop, and then Coop basically thinks, "Oh, it's horse crap. What you're telling me?" She's basically saying, "Look, I know your wife, and I know what she's doing for work." And she gives Coop this like listening device, doesn't she? Basically to say, "Look, if you don't believe me, install this, and you don't have to believe me. Like you can listen to your wife's work conversations. You can then tell what they are doing and find out obviously what is actually happening behind the scenes."
Yeah. Because we find out that Moldova had like a research company, didn't she? Which was looking into cold fusion. She was just about to finish the project, and then Voltec swooped in, took all her work, bought all the companies that she worked for. So
worked for. Yeah, so they're like this absolutely massive corporation that's just eating up any other smaller corporation, just buying every company possible and shutting them down. Essentially, really, aren't they? There's that video that plays as well. Is that monster obviously showing them that here's some of the experiments they're working on, and obviously that monster kills them two scientists, and it's the same one from like episode 3, isn't it, with like all the fingers in its mouth.
Yeah, so it turns out obviously like in these different vaults, different things are happening. In this one, they had these lab rats rebelled. Then we see that lake monster from earlier, and it turns out it's Cyclops' let me read this. Great uncle on his mother's side.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I thought that's funny.
It's Jerry, isn't it, from Rick and Morty?
Is it?
Yeah, it's the dad. He plays the voice for Jerry, doesn't he?
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I believe so, yeah. So obviously the shitter at this point, he's still got Doggo. The dog's still with him, and his foot is battered, isn't it? His like toes are hanging off in like weird directions, bones cracked, and there's just stuff everywhere, mate.
I put a perfect description of it where it says, he takes his sock off and he's got a grotty, manky foot with his toes falling off.
Literally toe hanging off, mate, and his big toes like swinging from side to side.
What I like about it a bit, the toes swinging and the dog's like sniffing it like...
Yeah, like what is happening here? Also, mate, human, as if he put the dog in that cola fridge.
Yeah, I know.
What's he doing? That's Kurt Zuma level animal abuse, that is, mate. Like, what are you playing at, pal?
I think, yes, I think Kurt Zuma's a bit worse, but...
Yeah, but nutter, innit, mate? He's left the dog to die, innit?
Yeah, but I like a bit where he like, puts it in there and he comes back and is like, can you breathe in there? Can you breathe in there? So he's like concerned about
trying to figure out where it is.
I do like the Squire. I think he's the top guy.
Yeah, he is funny, isn't he?
But it flips back to Vault 4, doesn't it?
Yeah, Lucy.
And we have obviously because of what's happened. So the Cyclops asks Lucy what's happening in Vault 33. She doesn't know because it's all behind the scenes. So then she gets banished, doesn't she? Well, she gets taken away.
Yeah, you think she's going to be beheaded, basically, don't you?
Yeah, so he's got this. He pulls this big sword out. He walks up to her, and then instead of executing her, he banishes her, and then he starts
sawing at the rope with his dead blunt blade.
And then she gets really punished here. She gets really punished, doesn't she?
Yeah, fuming about it.
So the guy goes, right, we're going to deal with you right now. We're going to give you a 2-week supply because they're going to banish it to the surface. So we're going to give you 2 weeks supply of food, and we're going to get a guy to carry it out of the vault for you.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get someone to take it out for you.
It's the next bit. The next bit I love is obviously Lucy's like, okay, I'm going.
Yeah.
But Maximus really loves it here. Can you keep him on? And then
they're like willing to do it, aren't they? Like, yeah.
Yeah, while she's doing that, Maximus nicks the fusion cord, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he sees them walk past his room, don't she? Like,
yeah, it's like it's his moment. It's his moment to save her, kind of thing. But then he comes in, doesn't he, in his power suit, his power suit. He runs in, smashes some poor blokes on the way, throws like a fridge, doesn't
Starts obliterating everything.
he?
Luckily, obviously, at this point, Lucy manages to stop him. Though, and they're free to go to the surface. He's obviously up on the surface with his power armor and the fusion core, and she's like, "You do realize that if they haven't got that fusion core, they'll all die like in a matter of like months or whatever." So Lucy literally makes him give the fusion core back to them, and as they go to the thing, they throw the fusion core down. You see the fusion core at the floor. Then you just hear a voice go, "Thank you," like down the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it? Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
So, and it, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was just saying, obviously, Maximus then tells Lucy the truth about who he is, who the real TARDIS is / was, but she's not bothered. She still wants to pop his pimple, so he's still killing it there, really, isn't he?
Yeah. And then it flips to a scene, doesn't it? The chicken shagger doctor.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. It's,
But
so
just quickly.
Yeah.
So he's carrying the head in a cloth. He's not using a bag. What is it with bags, mate? Why do none of them use a bag? He's got it in like a towel, bro. Where's the bags?
I don't know.
That doctor, is that doctor the same bloke that was having sex with the chickens?
Yeah, that's why I call him.
Yeah.
The chicken shagger doctor.
It's him, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought proper. He's there, honestly, got a gun to his head, hasn't he? Gonna full Kurt Cobain himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he had like a gun in his mouth, did one of the pipe rifles.
Yeah, that's it.
So he sees the squire walking around. He follows him, and he sees he's obviously injured. He takes him to this little like a little room, isn't it?
It's like an abandoned building, that house thing, isn't it? But it's like looks like a chemist or something.
And it's got all these concoctions. No one knows what they are. I love this bit because obviously he takes his foot off. He takes his shoe off, sorry, and his foot's all manky again. And then he gives him this special concoction.
It's like drink, yeah.
But he ain't got any money on him, so he gives him the fusion cord, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's
like
right.
And a payment. Anyway, he takes this medicine or whatever, and his foot gets better. And then he goes, "Oh, I'm going to go to Shady Sands now." I goes, I've got to watch out for the radiation. And then the doctor guy goes, "Oh, you don't need to worry about that."
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that anymore. And he's like,
and you think, what?
He's like, what do you mean?
But yeah, I'll let you tell the rest of it.
Yeah, so I was talking to Alex, actually, with one of our mates, Alex, about it. He thinks it's like the super serum or something like that he could have taken, which I think is in Fallout 1 or something, but he had a bit more knowledge on Fallout than I did personally, so so I thought that was quite interesting. It could be some sort of like serum to obviously help the guy, but obviously it cuts back to Vault 33 at this point, doesn't it? And all the prisoners are dead. Someone's poisoned them all.
Who could have done that?
Yeah, I don't have a clue, mate. I know, mate. Anyone's guessing it. Anyone's guessing
it. Get Sherlock on it, mate.
Yeah, it's mad, mate. Mad. It's definitely not Norm, though, is it?
It's definitely not the cousin.
And then at this point, everyone finds out which vault they're going to, whether they're staying in 33 or are they moving to Vault 32. Some people are actually buzzing about going. Like Steph's obviously the one-eyed blonde woman. She's freaky anyway, mate, but she's not too fussed. She's like, oh, buzzing to go to 32. Yeah, Sam, whatever. Some people are like crying about it. One of the notes I wrote down is, I honestly think I could throw Norm like 40 meters like a javelin. Tiny man. Because he's so short, man. Every time I see him, I'm just like, how tall is he? I need to Google it because I don't know. He can't be a whole taller than 4'7", mate.
Everyone looks down at him, but like the person looking down at him is probably like 5 foot.
Yeah, true.
What's going on?
But I was like, he's a tiny man anyway. So obviously,
these are the people who are going to Vault 32 to repopulate, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
New start, obviously. Yeah. So.
And then we get the ghoul. Ghoul's found the dog because the ghoul's an absolute legendary tracker. You get more flashbacks at this point because he finds the dog essentially, doesn't he? And then it flashbacks to Coot. He's obviously decided to spy on his wife and has popped that voice tracker thing into a pip. Instantly regrets it. Then he changes his mind again. He's still he's basically just fuming at the fact that he can't take his dog to the vault, which I respect, to be honest with you. Like, I totally understand that. If I had a doggo, mate, like, you're not nuking my dog, mate. Like, what do you mean? That's good. Dog's coming with me, 100%.
Get rid of the wife, innit? Bring the
Yeah, just get doggo, mate.
But then it flips to that scene, doesn't it, with the squire has convinced a creepy radio tower guy
Oh, yeah.
to use the radio to contact HQ. But this guy is proper freak, because he kind of zooms out, doesn't it? And there's all these like people in like different traps who've been
like,
killed off.
I like your traps. Just like people's heads like crumped, squashed.
It's like one's like a massive mouse trap.
Yeah.
There's one with like
giant bear traps and stuff, aren't there?
Crazy that is.
Obviously, at this point as well, Lucy and Maximus must roll up to him at the radio station.
Yeah.
He misses them with every single bullet possible. Like, he's shooting at him and misses them with everything. Like, he's so bad, isn't he? And then he steps.
Scope, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm really bad without the scope." And then he steps on that booby trap and he gets shot through the neck. I just started laughing at that point, mate. I broke down laughing, mate, because he gets shot through the neck and he's like, "What? Why am I not dying?" Like, he's dead confused, obviously. And he pulls the like the arrow out, the crossbow bolt out, and he heals up. And this bit made me laugh because he's like, Maximus is like, "I think you're a ghoul." And he goes, "Oh no." Like, he's like, "Oh, what?" It's like he's sad, but he's almost like, oh no. Like, he's not bothered at all, really, is he? Let's be honest.
I think at that point he realises he's been done over by that doctor.
Yeah. He's proper had his pants down, mate. But it's like, obviously he's contacted the Brotherhood, so they're on the way. So they devise a plan. Lucy takes the real head. Maximus takes one of the heads off of the bodies, starts smashing it in. And obviously the squire, he's like, "I can't. They'll kill me. They'll kill me. They'll kill me if they know I'm a ghoul." And just like runs off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But they made me laugh because Lucy and Maximus start kissing, and it cuts out a little bit and goes down, and like the two heads are like kissing as well.
It's so funny. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah. So obviously after that, it goes back to Vault 33. Vault 33 are saying bye to the people who are going to Vault 32.
Yeah.
Norm doesn't hang around. He's not bothered, so he floats off to the overseer's office, Betty's office. He gets on the computer, hacks it a bit, starts sending a message to Vault 31. He's like, "Hello," and they reply, "Betty." He goes, "How are you?" Sorry, so they say, "How are you?" Norm's like, "Need to return to Vault 31." And they go, "Why? You've been compromised." He says, "Yeah," and then
mission's not going as planned. It's like, right, come back immediately.
Immediately.
So obviously at that point he rolls up. Yeah, he's rolling up to 31. It opens. He goes in, says hello about 11 times. Because it's like 11, dark.
You can't.
I don't know, mate. It's about 11 times, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
And it's empty, but he notices something, and it just ends. And then at this point, I'm thinking it might be one of those bots that floats around. Either that, or I still think his mum might have been involved at this point, or Moldava, or anything. I didn't know what to expect at this point, to be totally honest with you. So obviously,
intrigued.
Yeah, very much so. So we'll jump straight in then. Episode 8. Maximus is back in Philly. He's been taken obviously with the Brotherhood back to they've put like a little camp up there in Philly. And they question him about obviously what he's wearing, because they realise you're wearing like
the red armour.
Yeah, the red clothing that the knights wear. And he's basically, they know he's chatting shit. He's trying to lie, isn't he? About what's happened or whatever. And his mate from the original camp, who had the razor blades in his shoes, they essentially persuade, obviously, to spare him, because they're like, "Well, actually, it was myself. I harmed myself. Nobody did it to me. It was me that did it." And essentially, they were scared that they was going to go and they didn't want to die and that sort of stuff. So they sabotaged their own attempt at becoming a squire or whatever. Yeah. I put the old Nancy man. He's basically the Brotherhood guy. He's like,
it's Elder Cleric. It's Elder Cleric.
yeah. He's like, it's mad because he's almost like rewarding Maximus every time there's something that happens. So he's like basically saying, look, I want you to be my sword, and he probably also wants to touch his sword. The freak is what I've put.
Yeah, because he asked Maximus, he goes, "What happened to Titus?"
Yeah, like, look what's
yeah,
happened.
he ran away, mate. He's a wimp or whatever.
Yeah, he's a coward.
Then,
He's a coward.
yeah, and then he goes, the Elder Cleric's like, yeah, the Brotherhood's kind of falling apart. We need to we
need to
refresh it.
Yeah, we need to like regather it and start sort of rebuilding.
We need to get power back from that. Obviously, the head. We need to get that power back, and then we're going to start all over again. Get some knights, the likes of Maximus, and this older noncy guy wants to lead.
Yeah.
This new Brotherhood. So yeah.
So obviously all he can think about is Lucy, and all he wants is Lucy. Lucy gets to that settlement, and it reminds me of something that might have been in like The Walking Dead, with like the walls around with metal sheets and the cars and stuff. And then that's all you see essentially. She gets there, walks through, and then you get another flashback with Coop still spying on his wife. Transmitter's not very good. Also, one thing I didn't know, that annoying guy who keeps talking to him, that car he rolls up in, mate, that tiny car is so crap. Like, what is that tiny car he pulls up next to him?
It's like a bathtub, isn't it?
It's literally a bathtub on wheels, mate. What the hell is that car? It's proper crap.
Cartoon Network, mate.
Yeah, it's proper crap.
Wacky races.
Yeah, so they're talking, obviously. He starts to not... Obviously, it cuts out when she walks in. It's a lot of back and forth, isn't it? So you get some flashback. You get like 15 seconds of flashback. And then it cuts back to like real time, doesn't it, essentially? So, obviously, Lucy's got into the encampment. Her dad's legit in a cage. And Moldova is knocking around with a zombie. And they're just at a table eating what I thought was a massive plate of mashed potato, mate. Like, I didn't know what they was eating. I was like, what, she got a massive plate of mashed potato? Like,
I like how you said that. Knocking about the zombie.
Yeah, that's what it is, wasn't it? So obviously at this point you don't know what's happening. She's knocking about a zombie. They're eating, and then obviously Moldova starts to educate Lucy, let's say, on her dad and who her dad is, and it cuts back to Norm, and it's a robot with a brain in it, mate. That was what was knocking around in 31.
It's basically the robot Hoovers with like a brain on top of it.
Yeah, it's literally a room, like whatever they call them. I don't know what they call. Yeah, the robot Hoover things, Rubers or whatever they call. I don't know. With a brain in a bowl, like in a bowl on top of it, mate. And
it's terrible.
It's dead funny, mate. Isn't it? That brain is though. It's got like this needle, and it's like, look, I need to inject you with this now. Come on, you're gonna sabotage the mission, and it's like missing him. You can't get him. It's like, come on, I'm coming to get you. And Norm just walks off, doesn't he?
Yeah, fucking man.
Yeah, it's a proper crap robot. Then cuts back to Coop again. He's gone into Voltec building because obviously he's trying to get a better signal so he can hear his wife and what's happening inside. He basically hears what his wife is doing and finds out that they're trying to collaborate with other companies like them on some of the vaults. So like, oh look, if you come in with us, we'll put all our resources together, we'll have a massive system. And again, it cuts back to this proper stupid robot, which does add a nice bit of comedy, to be fair, because the robot is quite funny. So Norm's obviously walking through the rest of that corridor, turns the lights on, and there's just loads and loads and loads of tanks, which is like what Lucy finds on floor 12 at Vault 4, which is like loads of different tanks. And he's essentially learns that it's for keeping the smartest executives, etc., alive in the vault, and their dad Hank is one of those executives. So all the smartest people to do vault tech, they've been preserved essentially in these tanks, and they're letting out certain points. You notice as well on the left-hand side, every single one of the left-hand side is closed with people still in it. So I think there's obviously a lot more characters that can come out from Vault 31 alone in obviously the next season. And essentially Vault 33 and Vault 32 are designed to breed and essentially brainwash people in a certain way. And they plan to clear the surface, wipe it out, start fresh with these people. So they're trying to brainwash them and breed them to a certain ideology. So when the world repopulates, everyone's on the same a level playing field. Everyone's thinking the same. Everyone's values are the same. Everyone is just the same. essentially.
Yeah, I like the point as well. Where obviously Cooper's wife's in that meeting, and she
Yeah,
says the best weapon is time. So
yeah,
we'll outlive our enemies. Can't remember what point here. Yeah, so we'll outlive our enemies, and we're going to drop the bomb ourselves
yeah.
to
So
like
yeah, so
stop
Coop,
this.
yeah, that's my next
Yeah,
part here as well.
yeah,
Yeah, Coop finds out his wife is basically in on dropping the bombs. So
mm,
it's essentially saying, look, we're getting the vaults, and instead of waiting for the bombs to drop, we'll just do it.
yeah.
We'll drop the bombs and we'll wipe out
Bring it forward.
humanity, and then we're doing it on our own say then, so we know what's happening. And
Yeah,
so they have nobody to fight essentially. So there's no such thing as war because they've killed everybody. And then you see Betty and Hank, both of them are in the flashback from back then. And
yeah,
mate, it's so much corruption. It's unbelievable. They're actually just psychopaths, really, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
it explains why the ghoul knew her name as
Hank.
well, because she says,
Oh,
"Oh,
okay.
she was like, oh, it's Lucy McLean." And she was like, "McLean," because when they first had that encounter, he was like McLean, and I remember saying, obviously, he obviously knows that name from somewhere, and
Yeah,
obviously that's why. Um, at this point, she's obviously it cuts back to Moldova. She's speaking very highly of Lucy's mum. At this point, I was guessing, is it someone like, is it her sister maybe, or a relative, or a friend, or something like that? And basically, they find out Lucy's mum ran with the kids to Shady Sands, because obviously she figured out what was happening and all the corruption and obviously what life was like outside of the vault. And obviously back then with the Shady Sands, it was a nice community. It was a civilization. It was coming back to normal essentially, and because
because in the
obviously,
vault,
yeah,
just make a point. In the vault as well, obviously they convinced all the people there that there's nothing good up on the surface.
no,
And then obviously that she ran away with the kids and found this place that's beautiful. And then yeah, I'll let you continue.
yeah,
Go
because
on.
obviously
Yeah,
the
yeah,
entire thing, as you learn from one of the first episodes, that they're saying like, oh, in so many years, Lucy and Steph's children or grandchildren can start to repopulate because the radiation levels are too high and they will drop by that point, blah blah blah. So obviously they're making people believe that you'll just die if you go to the surface from radiation alone.
yeah,
But yeah, so obviously Lucy's mum took Lucy and Norm with her when there was kids, to get away from Hank and the vault, and obviously she knew it was like a cult and it was corrupt, and obviously she found a lot of stuff out, and he basically got Lucy and Norm, and then they dropped the nuke on Shady Sands purely because Lucy's mum ran away. That was literally it. She's
yeah.
Hank literally nuked this brand new civilization that was actually doing well and was prospering, and people were actually starting to become more civilized, and all because that his missus left him, mate. That's literally it. Just out of like pure hate and like despise.
And then Lucy says, "What happened to my mother?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
So
then Moldova's like, "I think you know
I
what's
think you
happened."
know.
And
And you look over and she's got the zombie who she's knocking around
then
with is actually Lucy's mother. And she's got the necklace on, I think, hasn't
yeah,
she? Obviously,
she
Lucy's mum's
remembers.
necklace. And she remembers the necklace from the flashback she's having from when she was a kid. And yeah, Moldova's a legend, mate, in my eyes. She's a hero. Obviously, yeah.
She I was just to make a point as well. You know, when Lucy's because she obviously has these flashbacks, these memories. And I remember in like an earlier episode, she says, "Oh, I felt the sun on my face." So
Yeah,
obviously,
she
she
actually
remembers that
remembers
she's
being out
actually
of the
been that.
vault. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so again, it's just a testament to the very, very good writers of the show, mate. Like they've literally tied everything in so nicely. I put Hank needs a volley to the head. I've also put poor Lucy's mum. She's only got one
Just off
arm.
point.
She's only
Just
got
off point.
one arm, mate.
Yeah, Moldova's at the other one.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, literally, how heartbreaking of a story is that, mate? Like, it's crazy. It's just one of them typical things, mate. People who are greedy on power just ruining everything for everyone else. Like, they just think that they're that set in what they believe is correct that they don't care about anyone else and they're just bothered about their own. sort of like ideologies, and it is a cult, mate. That's literally what it is. It's a cult. That's the only way you can describe it. Obviously, by this point, they're trying to get the code off Hank to build the cold fusion to essentially, because if they get this up and running, they can power everything for free.
Energy.
Yeah, it's infinite energy. Lucy obviously gets her dad to pop the code in because he obviously must in some way actually care about her, but obviously it doesn't excuse what he's done and everything like that. Norm's still shook to his core in the vault. The robot locks him in, and he's basically, the robot says, you'll just die in here, mate. I'm not unlocking this door. He says, I'll live forever. I suggest you go and get your dad's pod. Like, you got to go and get your dad's pod to survive. Like, otherwise you will die. And then Norm does slowly start walking over. And then as the fusion core gets to 100%, the Brotherhood start rolling up. And
all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, and then it's just a massive all-out war.
It's good action scene, to be fair.
It's very good, yeah. Moldaver's, these big turrets come out like the towers on the observatory, start trying to shoot rockets at him, start firing rockets. There's obviously guys with like RPGs and stuff as well, aren't they, firing rockets and stuff.
Yeah, and the guy falls out the helicopter and lands on that blade, doesn't he?
Goes, yeah, mate.
Blue, green, red mist, mate, everywhere.
Absolutely done him in, mate, proper. So you got Titans rolling in. They're just popping heads, mate, left, right, centre. You got Moldava. She's on a turret. She's giving it a bit. Lucy's dad's basically trying to persuade her to let him out. He's like, look, that his way's the peaceful way, which makes no sense because you've literally been nuking millions of people over the last 200 years. Like, how is that peaceful? And at this point, the Ghoul's rolled up, mate. Fucking Ghoul's here, mate. He's knocked up. He turns out he used to be a Titan. Like, that was like, I didn't expect that. He knows the suits and stuff, doesn't he? He's like been in the suits, he's wore a suit, and he knows the weak spot. And it's sick, innit? He's like, I wonder if that's that weld under there is still like weak under your chest. And he just shoots, doesn't he? Kills that guy. He's like, yep. Still weak.
He does mention that in the early episode, because is it Buck Hoskins or whatever his name is, the guy in Vault-Tec, the leader or whatever. He says, I'm the designer of the power armor and all that.
Yeah.
And then Cooper says, I use that power armor in the wars, and it's got a defect that killed loads of people off, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a bad.
Yeah, something wrong with it, and obviously he uses it in this scene. He uses it to really give it to the Brotherhood, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. But you'd think over 200 and something years they'd have fixed a defect in it, to be fair, wouldn't you? It's like the worst update ever, mate, isn't it? Obviously, he starts taking them down one by one in the dark, which that scene's so good, mate.
Pulls the fusion core out, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? That bit is.
Yeah.
Maximus at this point, he gets into the room where they are. He finds her. Obviously, he doesn't know what's happened, so he frees her dad, thinking Moldava's like this really bad person still, and her dad's the good guy and he's been captured. Her dad then gets into the suit, absolutely just smashes Maximus to bits, mate.
Knocks him out for about a day and a half, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wrote down Maximus is done with. He's dead, mate. He's dead. Yeah. So obviously, I think, was it prior to this actually? Did Lucy fill obviously Maximus in saying, "Oh, it was my dad that did Shady Sands. It was my dad's fault."
Yes.
That Shady Sands is obviously destroyed.
Yeah. So before when Maximus enters the room, one of the power armors come in with no head, doesn't it? Like some guy's got his head blown off, or whatever. He lands on the floor, and then Lucy's telling Maximus about what he did in Shady Sands. So Hank's destroyed his hometown, basically.
Yeah.
And then while he's doing that, that's when he turns around and gets clobbered by Hank, who's now in his power armor.
Yeah, he's just got his head free though.
Yeah. Headshot, mate. That's all you need.
Yeah, I put Lucy's a smart girl, puts a gun to her dad's head, but then she didn't do anything with it. Ghoul rolls up. He's tried to figure out where his family is. Obviously, he's like, look, where's my wife and my daughter? Because obviously, Hank knows him. Hank employed his wife. Hank knows the Coop, obviously the Ghoul. He's trying to get that information. He literally, all the Ghoul cares about is finding his family. That's it. My guess is, obviously we don't find this out this season, but I think that she's in Vault 31. I think she's in one of them closed pods, because she would have been an executive. She would have been an important person within Vault Tech, so it makes sense for her to be in one of those pods, in my opinion. And I put Maximus is dead. Loser. That's literally what I put. But obviously, it turns out he's not dead. So, yeah. I'll let you carry on.
So Hank flies up. So obviously he asks where his wife and kid is. He flies off. No. I like the bit where Gaul enters though, because he shoots. He shoots a bullet at Hank and it skims his face.
Yeah, it's sick, isn't it?
He goes, "Do you want another autograph, young Hank or whatever?"
Oh yeah, because obviously on the cutscene he asked for his autograph at the end of the
because Hank's
flashback.
Hank's like his biggest fan, isn't
he? Yeah.
And then it finishes with Lucy and it's not finishes, but the other scene where Lucy and the Gaul are looking out the window, like onto the horizon or whatever.
Yeah. And
then Gaul's like, "Come with me if you want to find out who's like running the show, kind of who's behind the wheel, kind of thing, running all this." So they head out.
Yeah, look, we need to follow your dad to find out who the actual big head is, who is in charge of all of this.
Yeah. And then obviously Maximus wakes up from his clobbering.
There's that part as well. Sorry, where like Lucy puts her mum out of her misery. Like, she shoots her mum in the head, doesn't she? Which is like you feel really bad for her, but she's like, "Look, no point in leaving my mum here as a zombie. I may as well do something." And
because the Brotherhood will wipe them out. But then we have this bit where obviously Maximus wakes up. He looks over, he sees Moldova, who's pretty much she's been shot to pieces. Pretty much, she presses the button, activates cold fusion.
Activates it.
And then she looks at the horizon. It all lights up.
Oh, it's so sick that is where it's like all the lights just start turning on, and she's just like sat there like dead proud, like, "Look, we've managed to achieve this." I don't know what. With the cold fusion, though, I thought to myself, can't they just take that with them? Like, why are they leaving this cold fusion thing here? Because now the Brotherhood are just going to get all of that. And I don't know what they're planning, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because she asked Maximus, and she's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to let the Brotherhood ultimate power? Are you going to fight against it or what?
Yeah, he's been dead he's been sparked clean out, and for like 2 days. Like, it's dark by the time he wakes up, wondering where obviously she is.
Yeah, and then obviously Moldova dies, doesn't she?
Obviously she's almost like mission accomplished. I've managed to get the cold fusion working. I've provided power to all this now. And obviously Maximus is looking out the same window and he sees where I'm assuming is that Shady Sands that they're looking at. Or it's like I don't know what they're looking at, but Maximus is obviously standing in the same room and she just dies in that chair as the Brotherhood roll up. And Maximus's mate's like, "Did you kill her?" And he's like, No, but she holds his hand up anyway, and there's like, "Oh, he killed the leader, he's done it, yeah." And they all start chanting his name basically, but he's gone, mate. His head's not there at all, is it?
Yeah, his brain got smashed up, didn't it?
Yeah, he's proper concussed, mate. So yeah, he's like saying, "Oh, he killed the leader." So the Brotherhood's a proper cult as well, mate. That's mad, that place is.
I remember on Fallout 4 when I played it, I think I told you before, like the leader in the game, or the Brotherhood. I really liked his jacket. He had like a pilot jacket. So I did up my power suit. They were no longer needed in the game, so I literally went in and just got like my minigun, rocket launcher, grenade launcher, everything they had. Just went in and just killed everyone. Took that jacket.
Took his jacket.
I sat in the chair at the end, like mission accomplished.
But then you get this like Lion King-esque sunrise, don't you? Where you expect another to play, and obviously Hank's walking in that suit, and then there's a city in the background, and make that action shot of him just panning out to that city, which looks a bit like it could be some like sort of like Seattle type place or something. It's got like the Space Needle looking thing there. That end scene, mate, where it cuts, is so sick, mate. It's so good. That end scene is like ends on that cliffhanger, mate. There's so much yet to be answered. And
for the Fallout fans out there, it's the Deathclaw skull, isn't it? You see as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you see the Deathclaw skull, and it zooms up, and you see the city, which I think it's New Vegas.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's meant to be. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next season.
Yeah, and we need it, mate. Next week, season 2's, they haven't even announced the date for it yet. I don't believe. A couple of theories I've got: either Coop's missus is in that one of those chambers, or she is the big head that they go into. She is the person in charge of Hank and everyone else as well.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm very excited for next season. It's probably going to take 2 years to come out, but
I can wait.
it's probably a 9 out of 10 show for me. This is. I've absolutely loved this show so much.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that. Obviously, it's Jonathan Nolan. He's good writing. He did Westworld and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
And
very good.
his writing is just it's bang on. And they've obviously studied the games, and they've really put a good show on for
Yeah,
everyone.
they've done it.
I mean,
They've done it really the right way, haven't they?
there'll be people who don't like it. There always is with stuff like that.
It's
but
everyone
I
to
really
their
like
own,
it.
mate. Some people don't
Yeah.
like anything.
And it's a show like people who never played Fallout games. They can literally pick it up and just get straight into it.
I've barely played Fallout games. I played Fallout
Yeah.
3 and I've just started playing Fallout 4. That's it. So I'm testament to that you don't really need to know the universe and the lore to understand the show.
You
So
pick up the law as you go, don't
yeah,
you? So,
it's fantastic. I've got a little bit more movie news.
ooh.
A Ralph Ineson, I think his name's pronounced, has been announced for the actor who will play Galactus in Fantastic Four.
Ooh.
I don't really know. He's been in some big name shows and movies, but never really had a big role or anything. He's always been like a bit of a side character or anything like that. So I had to look him up. I don't have a clue who he was, to be honest with you.
It's in the Office. Have you watched the
That's
English
right.
Office?
Yeah, he is in that. Yeah,
He does a voice in Final Fantasy 16. He's in Game of Thrones.
He's done a lot of voice acting stuff.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
He's
he's
in Game
done a
of Thrones,
lot of voice acting stuff. But obviously, it's Galactus is a character that a lot of people in the Marvel universe, into the MCU and Marvel, they've been wanting Galactus. I've wanted Galactus as a villain to come in. So again, from my rant a few weeks back, it looks like we are going the right direction with the MCU. They're obviously listening to the fans and they're paying attention to what people want and what people want to see. And the main thing is they're paying attention to comic source material. Galactus and the Fantastic Four are a big thing in the comics. So yeah, I'm very excited for Fantastic Four now. I think it's going to be one to look forward to, definitely. So yeah, Galactus, obviously the kind of character he is as well. He mainly is going to be a voice anyway. You can't just put someone in a Galactus suit, mate. Like, he's literally massive. So
I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four because I believe Eddie out of Stranger Things. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's going to be Storm.
Is it Storm or Torch? Is it Torch?
Oh, Human Torch. Human Torch.
Yeah.
His name's John. His name's like Johnny Storm or something like that. Or something ridiculous. I forgot what his name was.
But he's also in that new film, A Quiet Place. The new one coming out.
Oh,
was
it like Day One or something?
Day One, yeah. So he's one of the main characters. So
I'm looking forward to that, mate. Yeah, we'll discuss that when it's out, definitely on here, because that's gonna be very good. That is.
So a bit of gaming news as well. We've had the trailer come out today. It's only a cinematic trailer of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Gives you a bit of a insight to who the characters are, main characters are going to be. Just a few scenes of what the map's going to be like. Some of the areas you're going to be fighting. Some of the weapons you're going to use. Some of the stealth aspects of things. So it's coming out November the 15th. So I think I'm going to pre-order that. I think there will be gameplay at the Ubisoft show next month.
Yeah, I bet there will be. It makes sense. It makes sense.
But are you still playing Fallout? Are you still playing
bits and bobs, mate? Yeah, if I'm totally honest with you, most of my gaming time now it's typically with my son, and we just keep playing wrestling. We just play wrestling game all the time, mate. It's proper funny.
Talking of wrestling, on the next episode next week, we will be doing a wrestling special, won't we?
Yes, yeah, Attitude Era. So you 90s babies, /80s babies. You're gonna want to get A for this. We're doing a nice big Attitude Era tier list. So yeah, that's one to look forward to. But have you got anything else to add to this one?
No, I'm still playing Fallout. I'm enjoying it. I'm like 30 hours in. I'm gonna start
Nice.
streaming it on Twitch soon.
Yeah,
So
the links will be all on the link tree for that. So go subscribe to um to us both on YouTube and go follow Mart on Twitch as well. So
yeah,
yeah, get involved.
yeah, but I've really enjoyed Fallout. I'm really enjoying the animes we've discussed. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Yeah, we've got
Um,
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer's coming out next week. Basically, Martin's on holiday, so that's why we're doing a WWE special. The week after that, you're gonna be getting you anime fans are gonna be balls deep in anime, mate. Like we're gonna be discussing a lot.
do like an anime special if you want.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna be discussing a lot. It's gonna be like an hour and a half at least worth of just anime.
yeah, and obviously we're going to start playing some games as well. We're going to put it on YouTube, so you can have a look on there. I'm just gonna
Yeah, we're
just
gonna
have a bit
start
of
with just have a laugh, just a little bit more
Yeah.
content for you guys. Obviously, that's going to add to our controller aspect. As you know from the podcast, we're mainly focused on anime and TV shows and movies. We had a little bit of gaming, but to add to the controller aspect of controllers and katanas, we're going to start doing gaming videos. I think No Way Out is going to be our first one, 2-player game. So yeah, look forward to that. And obviously, we'll announce that on socials anyway when we do start releasing it. So.
But that's going to be in a couple of weeks. Obviously, I've got a holiday, but yeah, we're going to continue to bring. We're trying to work on some shorts as well for YouTube, just a bit of extra, a bit of comedy, a bit of gaming anime in it, really. So
Yeah, should add content for you guys. So yeah, if you do enjoy the podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, jump in our Discord. I know we say it every time, but I'd love to talk to people that are actually watching. Jump in the Discord, have a chat with us, share memes, share funny moments, discuss anime you're watching, give us some recommendations, and yeah, that's the best way to get involved.
it's all popping off in there, isn't it?
Yeah, me, you, and Grant, mate. But yeah,
early days, isn't it?
yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. But yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, take care.
Peace.